Welcome back to my freedom bunker. I'm starting to think 2 weeks is just normal for my releases. Things just keep coming up and fires have to be put out. From surveillance proofing my bunker to getting AI out of my dating site matches to dealing with the duck and his anger at my last ad read to people saying a man in hiding shouldn't be getting sponsorships. There's always something. I'll deal with that second one first by using what I've learned from Urban Dictionary. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Like everyone else, I have to make that scratch or brew bucks. I remain anonymous because everything goes to the duck, and he's the only one who knows who I am. If Evil LLC wants to find me, they will have to find the duck, who has promised me he will not sell me out. Even under extreme torture, the duck will remain loyal. So do your worst, Evil LLC. You'll never find me. With that complete, we really don't have to worry about that anymore. Globus Foods pulled their sponsorship after they listened to the last episode. Apparently, while they want brand recognition and like those who speak their mind and tell it like it is, they don't like those traits when someone is talking about them or their product. It's almost like people only like those traits when it's something they agree with. It's alright when I'm talking about cancel culture or my hidden bunker, but the second I compare their crackers to moon dust, I've gone too far. I don't understand what's wrong with people these days. Tell a handful of followers that a company's food is barely edible, which I can say was being kind to them, and they blacklist you. Am I getting canceled? That's it. Globus Food is trying to cancel me. We can't let them get away with this. I'm going to need you all to send a strongly worded letter to their headquarters in... This is bullshit. This company has a fake address. How do I know it's a fake address? It's in New Hampshire, which doesn't exist. Evil LLC made up that state decades ago to remove people. It was actually a joke within the company that anyone who was downsized got moved upstate to New Hampshire. It made us all feel better than saying they were executed by a firing squad of their peers. Want proof? Look at the margin error on the U.S. Census, 2.739%. The population of New Hampshire is far less than that percentage of the U.S. population. It's just math. Now that I've shattered the illusion of New Hampshire, which, let's be honest, maybe one person in the world actually cares about, let's see what we can find in the boxes. Again? Really? I keep telling them they need to... Alright, so this one happens so often that it's barely worth mentioning, but the general public has no idea that it's happening, so I guess I'll go into it. This is a formal reprimand for one of the interns. Whoever they are went into an area that's cordoned off and marked with at least 10 signs before you even get to the door. Restricted area, do not enter, that means you, and seriously, just stop. Just a handful of the signs. They can get really mean the closer you get because, well, the more times people do this, the more signs they add. They entered the area and accidentally turned off the sun. Only for a split second, so no one really noticed. It's not like that time in 2009 when a PR guy drunkenly celebrating the replacement for Big Brother turned it off and didn't get it turned back on for nearly 7 minutes. Actually, the Big Brother thing is a good one. I'm sure that's in here somewhere if I ever get around to sorting the boxes. Back to the topic. Why do people at Evil LLC keep turning off the sun? That's simple. Sometime in the 80s, Evil LLC was hired to attach the sun to a clapper. Don't know why. I've said before that Evil LLC doesn't ask questions about why a client wants something done. They just do it personally. I blame the massive amount of drugs that were being used in the 80s. Some yuppies must have done enough drugs to make Pablo Escobar say they should probably slow down, and thought it would somehow be beneficial if the sun was on a clapper. The intern who unplugged the sun was gonna be punished by reassignment to New Hampshire. I hope the firing squad's aim's improved since I worked there. I love the Greys. Petty little alien buggers. Bless their little gray hearts. I guess the first thing I should mention with this one is that aliens are real. There's 4 types that Evil LLC frequently associates with, 3 of which are frequent collaborators. Hell, they have sister companies on those aliens' homeworlds. I've worked alongside Greys, Gases, and the really weird ones that understand tax law. No one talks about the 4th kind, the Greens. Not because they're antagonistic, but, well, they're clingy. Invite one into your house, and you have to move because they'll never leave. But they say that they're your best friend the second after they met you. It's awkward. Anyway, this is an ongoing campaign brought to Evil LLC by the Greys. The goal of the campaign is to make sure that any business Justin Rose of Tunkhannock, Pennsylvania plans to go to is closed on the day he plans to go. It goes on to request that if the business Justin is planning to go to closes minutes before he arrives, it would be even better. If the business can't be closed, whatever he needs done can't be completed, or whatever items he requests are automatically sold out. Evil LLC has included a list of places closed to Justin Rose, including fast food burger places closing at 11:15 a.m. when they opened at 11, and bars closing at 5 in the afternoon on a Friday. In the event that he rushes to get to the doors before they close, incidents like the one that occurred at Express Go Coffee occur where the coffee shop just happens to run out of beans the second he gets to the counter, or the one that occurred at his bank where, while trying to make a withdrawal, all the tills were mysteriously out of cash and the safe was locked for the night. In case you're wondering why they want to do this to Justin Rose, they abducted him when he was a teenager and he called them short. Like I said, petty little alien buggers. I would think this type of campaign would be easy for Evil LLC. They're used to closing things down for the Greys. Once every few years they close down Hershey Park for them because they like to go on the rides. Why Hershey Park? Well, someone, definitely not me, but someone might have convinced them it was better than Disney World. But this old infestation still around? I just pulled another report about an old friend that apparently wants to make sure we continue to use daylight savings time, despite it serving no real purpose other than to piss off people that work nights and weekends. The requester, Sporatius Montague Capulet III of the Stratford Montagues and the Avon Capulets, is the coolest dude I know, and I met some very cool people working for Evil LLC. Sporatius I'll just use the name he prefers. His DJ name, MC Sporatius, or Sporatius MC. He keeps changing it even as he causes people to flock to clubs all over Eastern Europe and Russia. He wants us to keep using daylight savings time because he's He's a fun guy. Wait a minute, you probably don't get why that's funny to me. I probably shouldn't have led with Spiracious MC being a former Soviet Union famous DJ. I probably should have led with the fact that he's a sentient and humongous fungal colony with mushrooms from Madrid to Moscow. That would actually be a great title for the album he's been sending to record companies for years. Might help him gain some traction in the West. Wonder if I can email him the idea. There's no way he'd sell me out. Like I said, he's cool. I'm gonna think on it. For the time being, have a good night, people. Stay suspicious.